Brooklyn Nets, the preseason favorite, along with the Lakers, to meet each other in the finals. The Brooklyn Nets are currently down 0-3 round one to the Boston Celtics. Well, we're gonna start with you, man. What's going wrong for the Nets? What's not working?
I don't know, man. I just waiting to hear all them KD fans talking about best player in the world, though. Like, ooh, what's going? I don't know what's going on with the Nets, though. Honestly, I mean, it seems like the Celtics are being like physical with KD and Kyrie. The defense is just impeccable, honestly. And I will say this: it's unfair that people are trying to compare the Celtics defense to the defense that LeBron played in 2018. Only because they were young then, you know what I'm saying, and they didn't have the same chemistry that they have now. So it's a lot of people that's saying that, oh, LeBron did this against. I mean, KD can't do this with Kyrie against this Celtics. It's two completely different teams from 2018 and now. So
They had a
I,
lot more firepower back then, though. Although, like you said, they were young.
I mean, yeah, they did, but at the same time, Tatum and Jay Brown wasn't like how they are now. You feel me? And neither is
Right.
Marcus Smart. So that's not fair to say. But at the same time, this is supposed to be the dynamic duel. The best dynamic duel. Oh, when they hear that ish, man, this is terrible. This is terrible. The Nets, they supposed to be a final contending team. KD is supposed to be supposedly the best player in the world. He's got 17 turnovers throughout these 3 games. That's terrible. It's terrible. Terrible. He went over 10 the last game, and I mean second half of the last game. And that's unacceptable for the person that's the best player in the world. But I don't know. The Nets is bad. They got to win this game or it's over with. Clearly. So, hey, John, go ahead, man.
What you
Yeah,
got, John?
we got, shout out to our 32 subscribers, but we got a lot of feedback this week on this specific topic, right? A lot of people were saying right now they would rather have Brandon Ingram than Kevin Durant. And like that's a strong thing because I don't know a single GM out there that would take Brandon Ingram right now over Kevin Durant. But right now, Brandon Ingram is working harder for his shots. And that's the thing is with KD is it feels like he's relying on his talent. He knows he's super talented. He knows he can just turn it on at any time. But I assume he knows that, but we don't see it from him. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like he's not working hard to get to his spots and get make the right plays. It seems like he's just trying to. Most of his shots he's taking just as soon as he catches the ball. If he gets the rebound, he just goes straight back up wherever he is on the floor. He just goes up with it. If he catches it, he just shoots right then. Like he's not really putting the ball on the floor and attacking and all that stuff. And we get it a little bit here and there, but he's becoming a little reliant on his talent, which is an insane amount of talent. But one thing I think isn't getting talked about enough is Steve Nash has not gotten any slam for this.
They
Like,
like
why not? Why not? Because here's the thing, man. This guy finally went to his bench, and Blake Griffin came out and was a big spark for them pulling back in that game. And then, of course, he sends him back to the bench, and then Kyrie and Durant lose it again. But like they came back into that game because he finally went to the guys who want to play basketball, want to fight for rebounds, go for blocks, and get open and say. So I don't know, man. I think the fact that he is not using his bench at all makes me think that he isn't the coach. Like Kyrie and Durant can just stay out there as long as they want and do as little as they want, and without any repercussion. So I think Steve Nash needs to be the coach, or else this team is they're going to get swept.
Kyrie said they don't need a
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
Kyrie is the one who ran. Kyrie is the one who ran out the last coach, ran the last guy out of town. He came out and said he was. He came out and said, he pretty much admitted he ran the last coach out of town, and I liked the last coach. I thought the last coach built this team from nothing, and then as soon as it got some talent, they ripped it away from him. Sort of like out of the Warriors. So, like, I feel like, you know what, you put this team together. There's no excuse, but Steve Nash has to be a coach at some point.
It looks bad, man. Brooklyn looks bad. This is, you were supposed to be one of the favorites. And, like people have been saying, as far as LeBron, they say his stint with the Lakers is bad, but what would you say about Kevin Durant's stint in Brooklyn? They haven't made it out the second round. They're not gonna make it to the second round this year from the looks of it. I think he bit off more than he could chew. Same thing with Kawhi. These are the guys that, they kept saying would take the throne from LeBron, but let's be honest, LeBron makes it look easy. And everybody else assumes they can do it until you have to actually do it. Even with Giannis, he's looking good against the Bulls, but the Bulls are small. They've always been small.